Hello, everyone. Today, we're diving into the recent volatility in the cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin and other major digital assets experiencing significant drops. We're going to discuss what caused this and what may be happening here in the near future with the halving in just 6 days away. And if you find any of this interesting, then you should definitely keep watching this video. Good evening, everyone, and once again, welcome in. My name is Josh, and this is the Crypto Bits, your go-to channel for all things Bitcoin and crypto-related news. Now, let's unpack some of the recent volatility in the markets and what this means for the investor. So, taking a look here, we can see that Bitcoin is still holding relatively strong here. The rest of the market, on the other hand, is bleeding out or going down harder against Bitcoin. Unless you are a stable coin where you do not go up or you do not go down, most of the other coins that are not Bitcoin are losing more in terms of price value. Like, for example, Cardano is down 25%, whereas Bitcoin is down 8%. So you can see that other coins generally will go down lower than if you were to just be in Bitcoin, which is why it is more risky to go into these other coins because they are a lot more volatile. Now, some coins in particular are down more than others. For example, Uniswap and Aptos are down 41% and 35%. Now, I'm not sure why Aptos is declining more than average from the other coins. I do know that Uniswap was issued a Wells notice by the SEC, and they will have to potentially fight the SEC about the Uniswap token being quote unquote issued as a security token. That is why we are seeing a decline in coins like Uniswap. But other coins like Filecoin are down significantly. This dog with hat coin is down significant. Injective in the Rune, but in Core is down 50%. So you're seeing more volatility in these other coins. Now, while they may be more volatile to the downside, we must keep in mind that they are also more volatile to the upside. So while Bitcoin remains relatively stable, the rest of the market is experiencing higher volatility. All right, now moving on to another interesting map to look at here is that you can see over the past 24 hours that the longs have been liquidated at a large amount. Now, this is the largest liquidation that we've seen so far this month. And as you can see, it is mostly people who were betting on the price to go up who are losing money to people who are betting on the price to go down. Now, generally, when these big players in the market are looking to make some money, they can either move the market down or move the market up based on where they believe that there's more money to be made. So whales will come in and short Bitcoin in cryptocurrency so that they can make a profit by liquidating the long traders. And so looking here at the volume bar charts, we're seeing that in the past 24 hours, the past 2 days, we've had 784 million in longs liquidated, followed up by another $771 million worth of longs liquidated versus only 96 million in shorts liquidated and 177 million in shorts liquidated, respectively. Now, as you can see here, that most of the traders in the market are betting more on the price to continue upwards because the trend has been moving that way. But there are events in times like this where they will get liquidated before a large move is about to happen. Now, whether that move is to the upside or the downside we have to wait out and see which way we're going to be headed. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is for informational purposes only. None of the content in this video should be considered financial advice. Now, let's move on. Coming to the Bitcoin price chart, we can take a look and see that we are trying to break down out of this triangle that I have drawn up here. Now, we are seeing on the daily that it has been rejected so far, and buyers have stepped in to keep us within the triangle. But it is possible that this next daily candle that we see will close beneath it. But we are also seeing that there was a wick or some buyers here who do not want the price to go down lower. Now, on my chart, I have drawn here a red line, which would indicate that this pattern triangle is going to be breaking to the downside versus going to the upside. But if we are to reverse here and go back up here and break out above 74,000, then I believe the trend to the upside will continue. But right now, what we are seeing is that the trend currently is to the downside. And zooming in here to the 4-hour time frame Bitcoin price chart, you can also see that even the 4-hour candles are not closing beneath the lines of this triangle. It is being met by buyers who do not want the price to go any lower. Now, whether we are getting enough buying to prevent the sellers from taking the price down, we will have to wait and find out. But as you can see here, the RSI is oversold. And usually when we do see an oversold on the RSI, we usually have a rally to the upside. But whether or not we may continue here lower after rallying up is yet to be foreseen. But for example, here and even close in these areas, we saw that when Bitcoin price came down to these levels, we saw a rally here, and this pattern we saw a rally up here as well. And here we also rallied all the way up here from this low. Now, are we going to see the same thing here in this situation? We have to wait and find out. Hopefully we do see something to the upside here and break out, but we could continue on down here and go further down. But even if we do break down, generally you will see something where we come back and confirm the bottom of this triangle as a resistance instead of a support. And then we will follow through to the downside. But that has yet to be seen, so we just have to wait on our hands and see what happens here in the price chart in the short time. Making sure to zoom out here on the weekly, you can see that this move so far is not very significant and is not something that's abnormal for the Bitcoin price chart. Like if you go back to 2021 and 2020, we saw 20% weekly candles that occurred during the market. And we saw 13% here, 11%, 22%, another 22%. So volatility is a feature and not a bug. So do not panic and allow yourself to be screwed over by the whales who are currently playing games to try and buy your Bitcoins for cheaper. And to summarize, on the daily price chart, you can see here that we do have this triangle. Bitcoin is currently breaking to the downside of this triangle, and we do have the RSI confirming that sellers right now are in control of the market, but that could easily turn around here in the following week with the Chinese ETF possibly coming online as soon as Monday. Now, coming into and taking a look at this article that was posted that may also explain why the price of Bitcoin in crypto is falling. So it says here Bitcoin falls 8%, drops below 62,000 before rebound. Other major cryptocurrencies saw similar declines. And here's a price chart illustrating the price falling down from 67,000 to 62. And to continue on with the article, it says Bitcoin in the broader cryptocurrency market fell nearly 10% on Saturday, with the price of the largest digital asset briefly falling below 62,000 before recovering to around 64,000 as of press time. It wasn't alone. Other major digital assets saw similar falls over the past 24 hours, including Ether, which fell 7% to just under 3,000. BNB down 9% and Solana down 12%, according to CoinGecko. Trading volume has risen over that same time period. The decentralized finance sector has been hit particularly hard as a result of the market chaos, with depressed prices forcing liquidations and raising the potential of havoc for some protocols. Among the protocols being closely watched is Athena, the buzzy Ethereum project behind USDE, a synthetic dollar built to mirror the price of the US dollar. Athena has attracted more than $2 billion in deposits, but it uses a controversial method for maintaining USDE's $1 peg that hasn't been tested under such adverse market conditions. The immediate cause of Saturday's market declines was not clear, though. Former BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes wrote in a blog post last week that dollar liquidity would drop right before tax payments are due in the U.S. on April 15th, this coming Monday. Lower liquidity would lead to lower prices, he said. The declines also came as Iran launched drone and missile strikes against Israel, in what the Iranian government said was retaliation for an airstrike on its consulate in Damascus, Syria, that it attributed to Israel. Crypto market prices began to recover after the X account associated with Iran's permanent mission to the United Nations said the matter can be deemed concluded, though it warned of a considerably more severe attack should the Israeli regime make another mistake. And here you have a tweet here saying that conducted on the strength of Article 51 of the UN Charter pertaining to legitimate defense, Iran's military action was in response to the Zionist regime's aggression against our diplomatic premises in Damascus. The matter can be deemed concluded. So a quick summary is that the U.S. tax deadline on April 15th and Iran sending missile strikes to Israel are two things that may also be adding to market volatility. While we may have no guarantees that both of those events are triggering the volatility in the markets, I believe it is safe to assume that these things have an effect, because as people need to pay their taxes who hold crypto, some of them will be selling crypto to pay off of their taxes. And also, with the tensions rising, potentially, markets tend to be more in a risk-off event, just in case things may escalate. Now, the best thing to do if you're not a sophisticated trader is just to continue to dollar cost average, because if prices continue to go down, you will be lowering your average entry instead of just buying the top and not being able to buy when the prices fall or go down. But with extra spare money that I have saved or coming in, I will be trying to buy some of these coins that are down in their prices for a lesser price. And wrapping up here, I'd like to conclude with a thank you all who stuck around and watched the video to the end. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and also leave a comment below, as it does help the algorithm. And I hope that you all found some of this information useful. Stay safe out there, and remember to always keep calm in crypto.